What is up, everybody? Dang it. All right, let's try that again. Let's try that intro again. Hold on, don't look yet. Oi. Okay, I'm trying to make a joke, y'all. Okay, here. We're just gonna start from here. I'm not gonna play the timer again. All right. What is up, everybody? Hi. Sorry, no, it wasn't worth it restarting. Um, so yeah, first off, I apologize for the shirt being way too tight. It's one of these athletic shirts. It was a stay-at-home day. I didn't go out to. Well, I went to church. I did go to church, but other than that, I didn't go out today. Um, and so after church and changed into comfy clothes, this was the first thing I found. And yeah, I apologize for it being super tight. The other thing is this. This is gonna be for a later part of the video. So first off, I apologize for the shirt being a little too tight. Second, this you'll see what this is for. All right. Okay. So tonight, I don't know. I made a video a little while back and I was a little confused because it was a little bit scripted out. And it was like, okay, yeah, this works. But I've leveled up in my cardistry skills, and I wanted to remake this video, but I don't know exactly how many levels it's going to be. It could be 5, it could be 10, it could be 20 levels of skill. So I'm just going to start at level 1 and work my way up as far as moves I've learned over the years, including the more recent ones. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoy. Without further ado, let's get into it. And so the very first move every cardist or even magician may learn is the card spring. Along with showing you what these are, I'm going to do like a little mini tutorial. You could go online and find many tutorials on these. I'm going to recommend the ones I saw and where I learned these. So some of them you may not be able to find on YouTube, but either way. All right. So first one, the card spring. All right. This one I learned from being in Magic communities and kind of just practicing on my own for this one. There are a couple different ways to do it. A lot of the common ways you'll see is they will take their middle finger on the top corner and their thumb on the back corner, squeeze, kind of like bend the deck in this awkward way, squeeze it, and let just like slowly release pressure to let the cards fly. Now, as you may notice, I don't do it that way. I kind of like grip it like a bear claw, like I have 4 fingers on top and the thumb on the bottom. Once again, this time, rather than releasing pressure off both at the same time, I'm just going to start slowly releasing off the fingers. And it can be a little blocky at first, but that's every spring, no matter what position you hold the deck in, it's always going to be a little blocky at first. But so you start out small and slow and blocky and whatever, and you slowly build up your tolerance and how far you can go. Other thing with the spring is you'll notice you are heavily bending these cards, and so you may even notice like after you do this, like how bent the cards still are. So you're going to take this and you're going to put your index finger on top, 2 fingers on the front of the deck, and your thumb on the back of the deck. And you're just going to do this again on your receiving hand here, and you're just going to kind of do like a reverse spring, but stay in the hands. And that leads us to our next move, the dribble. So it's kind of like a level 1, part 1, part 2. It's going to be the same thing as the spring. You're going from hand to hand, but this one can be done at more of a controlled motion. So this one is more times than not off of the thumb. So in this same position like this, but rather than gripping like to curve the cards this way, you're going to put your index finger bent over in the middle like this. So your pointer finger, you're going to put it bent over like this. You're going to pull up on the cards and then slowly release off your thumb. How slowly is up to you. You could do it fast like that, or you could do slow for like a selection of a card if you're doing a trick. So like a free selection, call stop anywhere. Okay, and then you stop wherever, call stop. And that will take some practice to stop on where somebody calls it out, but just practice it with yourself. You say, like you'll start dribbling, you call it stop, stop, and boom. And it's not that hard of a skill. I make it sound harder than it really is. It's really not that hard. So just practice with it and you'll get it. Okay, level 2, the card fan, or more commonly known in the world of the community as the thumb fan. All right. And for those of you who are waiting on the Bible lesson, wait till this part of the video. All right. Or if you're watching this post live stream, go ahead. If you just want to hear the Bible lesson part, skip to the part where this is over my eyes. Okay. All right. And so what we're going to do next, level 2, I'm going to try and move a little quicker through these. But this is the thumb fan. And then of course we have the reverse fan. Of course, all of these you could look up by name because just in YouTube, go back through the video, spring, reverse fan, thumb fan, all of these you can look up by name in YouTube search engine and you should be good to go. And just add the word tutorial after it. So like you may do card spring tutorial, thumb fan tutorial, and if you find the one with cards, you got it more than likely. And if not, you've got another skill with cards, or you're just watching a performance of it. Either way, thumb fan. So I'm gonna try and get into a teaching position here for this. You're gonna hold the deck in whichever your writing hand is. So whichever hand you write with, your dominant hand, you're gonna take your ring and pinky, place them on the outside of the deck, so the one facing away from the inside of your body. You're going to take your middle and pointer finger, put them on the top of the deck, and the thumb on the bottom of the deck. Because your other hand, your non-dominant hand, the one you don't write with, is going to come in here, and basically it's going to grab. All right, so this is what's going to happen. You're going to place your thumb on this cherub, this angel right here, right? And then you're going to take this deck. So this is all still in the same position, all right? You're going to turn it towards the thumb crotch, as I like to call it. So this little bit right here, you're going to grab the angel's face, turn it, and then you're going to spin outwards with your thumb. Ergo, the name thumb fan. So that in full motion is this. Now, this is not a new deck of cards. A new deck of cards will slip all over the place, so you do have to have a little bit of a tighter grip. Not super tight grip, but I think you get the point. It'll look a lot cleaner the faster you can go. All right. Reverse fan, it's the same thing. But instead of the bottom angel's face, you're going to grab the top angel's face, tilt it in, and then go upwards with your thumb. Okay, you get what I'm saying? Okay. The goal for reverse fan is if you have a card with no ink on the face side of it. So this is the face, right? If this is the face with no ink on it, you can take the deck, grab where that angel would be, and you could show the deck as completely blank. Now, of course, it does take a little practice. As you can still see, I got like a little bit of a spade there, or I got some numbers or whatever. But other than that, you should be good with practice. I'm still practicing now on myself. Level 3. Here's where you actually start to get into a little bit of the cardistry. This is a false cut. All right, this one is, I don't remember where I learned this. I know I learned it on YouTube. But it is a full deck false cut is the proper name for it, because you're using the full deck while doing the false cut. You're not retaining a specific portion of the pack. You're retaining the whole deck's order. So if this was a new deck order, you would have it would stay ace through king, king through ace, king through ace. It wouldn't differ in its pattern. Or in Magic, there are some things called stacks. So the magician has the cards stacked in a certain way for different tricks. And he or she will sometimes do a full deck false cut to retain the order of that pack or keep the order of that pack. And so all I'm doing here is I'm gonna do something called a swing cut. Take the swing. So I'm gonna hold the deck right here between my thumb and my middle finger. And it's not exactly centered, but it's centered enough to know it's like I still have a good grip on it. See, like it's shaking a little, but I'm not losing grip on it, okay? And so you don't want cards flying all over the place, basically, because this is all in one hand, this first part, okay? You're going to take the deck like this. You're going to take your first finger and lift a portion of that, okay? So in fast motion, it's going to look like this, okay? And so this is called a swing cut because you're going to have your other hand ready over here, and you're going to throw that card or that pack of cards into the thumb crotch, okay? Into the thumb crotch. Then you're going to bring the packet under here, and it's going to sit on your thumb, but you're going to hold it with your ring finger this time, okay? Because then you're going to split this top packet again, like so. So now you have 3 packets in one hand. I know it takes a little bit of practice, a little bit of muscle memory, but eventually you'll take that top packet that you just split off into this hand, right, into the thumb crotch. Bring your middle finger under and these 2 fingers on top and flip it open like a book, okay? You're going to flip it open like a book. Take this one into the thumb crotch. Close this on top of it. So you're just going to curl your fingers back in and then place this on top. Okay, so in fast motion, this is what that looks like. Okay? Now you can go back and watch this as many times as you want to get that. Okay? Now we're gonna level up again. So I think we're on like level 4 now, maybe level 5. This is where it gets a little more knuckle busting. And this one is at the end of the video. I'm gonna spoil it now. I'm gonna do this blindfolded because I've been practicing this one for so long. I can do it blindfolded. Now this is called the Sybil cut. Sybil. And see, I drop cards sometimes. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But even though this looks super complicated, it is not complicated at all. Okay? And so I may drop cards sometimes just because I loosen my grip where I'm not supposed to, or the cards are slippery or whatever, but nobody's perfect. So I'm going to go through this one very quickly. I encourage you to look at, I believe it's 52KARDS is the channel name, but Sybil Cut Tutorial. And he teaches 2 variations of it, the one I do and then the more advanced version. The first one I do is another full deck false cut, which is why I prefer it. I can't do the other one yet because I have not gone back to the tutorial video to learn it, but yeah. And so, like I said, very briefly, going to go over this. So you're going to drop a very small packet off with your thumb. You're going to just riffle it off the back. With your thumb, drop a small packet off, right? Then you're going to take this, and you're basically going to split it into 3 packets all at once, okay? You don't have to do it all at once when you're first learning it. I know it sounds pretty daunting, but that's what's going to happen. So you're going to take this index finger of the pack that you're holding. I would encourage you to do this over some sort of surface that you can easily clean the cards up, so you're not having to constantly bend down and play 52 card pickup. This was me for the first month, and I did not have that advice. So yeah, do it like over a table or something, and you should be fine. Also, it is easier to do while standing up because you're not having to do this, or even this. You just do it at normal level, and you should be fine. So you're gonna take the bottom packet, pull it down. So like you're gonna split a bottom packet, pull it down, and you're gonna take one with this index finger and pull it up. All right. Now you should have a pretty evenly portioned packet. Okay. It's not gonna always be easy, and that's okay. It's okay. So now you're gonna rotate this up and grab this middle packet. So you're gonna rotate this one with the finger. So the finger that's holding this packet right here, you're gonna rotate it upwards on this thumb. You see how it's rotating on that thumb? Okay. You're gonna pull that upwards. And you're gonna grab the middle packet with your thumb and middle finger of that same hand. Okay, you're gonna pull it downwards, keeping everything in a moderate tension. Okay, you're gonna pull it downwards. So now this is your situation, right? From all angles, this is your situation, and you're gonna lift everything back up. All right. Now here comes the hardest part of this whole thing. You're gonna take these three fingers, right? Come over and grab that packet that you just moved. That once was middle packet, but now is first packet, because you see 1, 2, 3. So this packet's number 1. The middle packet is obviously number 2, and the third packet's number 3. This is now obviously packet number 1, but it once was number 2. Okay. Go ahead and grab that, and you're just going to pull it till it clears. Okay. So to reset that, all right, you're going to take that packet that you just moved, come over here and grab it with these three fingers, pinky on the side, ring on top, or ring on top, middle on the other side. Grab it like a little claw, okay? And then you're going to rotate everything downward again, or at least in this hand. This hand's going to go down. So you can do the same thing again almost, because you're going to grab this packet right here with your middle finger and your thumb, all right? And you're going to pull it down again. Except this time, you're going to, instead of rotating it to here, because you already have a packet in the way there, you're going to rotate everything down and close it up. No, you will have this packet protruding a little bit. The second one you just came and grabbed with your middle finger and thumb, don't push it in if you want this to be a full false cut, okay? You're going to take your index finger of this hand, rotate it out, and go into what is called straddle grip, okay? It's gonna be these two fingers on the bottom, pinky on the one side and the index on the other. You're gonna take your thumb. I'm gonna try and do this where you guys can see it, and you're gonna push this way, okay? You're gonna push this way, but keep your fingers in contact, and it'll fan out like that. That's a one-handed fan. And then you're just gonna come in here, bring the other, and close it, okay? Now, feel free to go back and review that. I'm going to move on because this is going to be a little bit of a longer video, and I want to get to the end of it quickly. Okay? So now, for the grand finales, well, not yet. This is like level 6 or 7 of Artistry. And it's a bit out of order, these levels, because now it's the one-handed fans that I was just mentioning. I forgot to put these before, but that's okay. Basically, you're going to split the pack in as closely to half as possible. You're going to do it like this, to where this hand is already set up. You see? Thumb is on the bottom, 2 fingers on the top, and then you put these fingers down on the side, okay? And so when you split that, you're going to do that. And then you're going to get this one into position. You can use your body. It's okay. And you're just going to get it into position. Let me try that one again. You're gonna get into position, do that same move I showed before where you're doing this, and then you split. You're gonna do that, but with both hands, okay? And then I'll show you how to close it. All right. And so I'll show you that part one again, that part two again, just to make sure you have it. But I know this is technology and you can rewind the video and stuff. So, all right. So, once again, you're going to split the packet, get your first hand ready, basically. And the fastest way, I think, to get ready doing this is exactly what I just did. You can rewind that, watch it in slow motion if you need to. Okay? You don't have to get ready like that. Basically, when you're looking at your hands, you want to see this. Okay? And you're not going to be staring at your hands, of course, because you're just going to be able to eventually naturally do it. Now, no, not every fan's going to be perfect, but that's okay. Practice, okay? And so now you're going to run one across the other, and make sure you're always bringing the top one towards you, or else you're going to mess up your cards. But top one towards you, do that a couple times, make like a little serpentine, and all you're doing to make that serpentine is literally setting this bottom card on this top card, like this, okay? Make a little serpentine, and then you bring it all to yourself. And it closes up in a nice, neat little packet, and you're good to go. That was before the Sybil Cut. That was level 6. Sybil Cut was level 7. Level 8 is the Mary Jane. So this is almost the same thing as or it's similar properties to things we've taught before. But before we get to the level that the Mary Jane is on, we are going to learn the Charlier cut, or the one-handed cut first. So basically, you're going to have the deck here, thumb on one side and the rest of the fingers on the other. You can have your finger on front if you want to. It doesn't really matter either way, but it will affect you if you practice this way, and then you go to do the Revolution cut, which is later on in this video, okay? So, practice it this way if you want to. Practice it this way if you want to. Just for the Revolution cut, you will want to practice it this way, okay? Which is why I struggle with the Revolution cut now. But either way, basically, you're going to hold the deck right here, all right? Now, for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to do this the way I learned it, which is the finger on the front. But either way, you're going to drop down about half the cards. All right, just release the pressure off half the cards. You're going to take your finger and place it under this pack. Okay? You're going to place it so far to this side that top pack starts to lift. Okay, do you see how it starts to do that? You're going to place it over there, kind of like reach for that top right corner, and then push until it clears. Move your finger out of the way and drop. It's that simple. And it does take a little practice. It's still up against my body. I'm not fully away from my body yet, because I'm trying to do that makes me feel like I'm going to drop the cards. And so if you do feel like you're going to drop the cards, but you want to move away from your body, just throw your pinky on the back of that packet. And so now you're more in a straddle grip, but longitudinal. And there you go. Because your fingers are straddling the deck. That's why it's called that. But now, on to the Mary Jane. Now that you know the Charlier cut. My favorite way to get into the Mary Jane is using Sybil cut. But we're going to get into combos in a moment. That's going to be level 10 is combos. Actually, that's going to be level 9. Then blindfolded is level 10. Okay? How about that? So, level 8 is Mary Jane. Level 9 is combos. Level 10 is, level 10 is blindfolded. So then we'll just kind of do a quick review of everything as one long combo. So, what was it? There we go. So yeah, basically, you're going to take half the pack, do a one-handed fan, just like normal, set up for number one-handed fan. Except this time you're going to do a Charlier cut. Roughly half of what's left there in the pack. Just so that way you get a good balance. You don't want too much or too little. You're going to do a Charlier cut, but before you close it this time, you're going to shove the fan in between that cut. So you still have a packet in your hand and a packet on top of the fan. Okay? Now, the number one tip I can give you is don't over tilt your hand. Okay? Don't force it to fall into the other packet. Or else it's actually going to fall out of your hands. This is the number one worry of beginners learning this effect, or this move, is that they're going to just drop the cards all over the place. And so what you're going to do is you're going to bring your hand over here, and as you're bringing this hand over here, it's to receive these cards, this packet of cards that's about to fall. So what you're going to do is you're just going to ever so slightly tilt your hand. Don't force it. Don't over tilt it super fast. Just let the cards fall. See, you don't even have to do it super fast. Just let the cards fall, and they will fall straight. Okay? Gravity will do the rest. So you're going to come here, cut, and you may lose one or two cards doing that, but that's still. Everybody drops cards. It's okay. And then to close, of course, is this. My blindfold is messing with me, scaring me. You're going to close that fan, that one-handed fan, so it's here, similar to what you did on the Sybil cut, but already do it into Charlier position so you can Charlier cut to finish, okay? Now, combos. As I mentioned before, my favorite way to get into Mary Jane is by starting with a Sybil cut. So what that'll look like is you're going to just basically combine both the moves. So I'm just going to perform it. I'm not going to teach it because I've already taught the moves. It is a little bit more challenging. But if you just take it one move at a time, you will get it. And so rather than closing this up, I'm just going to take this fan here, though, and then just go straight into Mary Jane. Now, in this Mary Jane version, I do a little bit extra. So I'll do that. I'll do the first drop, but because I want it to remain a full false deck cut, I'm going to let it land on top of my fingers a little bit so I can get a break exactly where it was. So I can do another Charlier, another Mary Jane, and there's the full false deck cut. Now you're wondering, how does this go back into it? Well, you do the same thing. You do this as a cut, but to undo that cut, you're gonna have your pinky there, right? You're gonna have your pinky there, and then roll it, and then roll the whole deck back into your other hand. Okay? And then I'll go into something like a fan, a thumb fan, and then a Pharaoh, which I apologize, I did not go into this in this video, but I do have a past video, or if you want to go and search YouTube how to Pharaoh shuffle, this was, I learned it from Doug Kahn. If you just Pharaoh shuffle Doug Kahn, you should be able to find it. But yeah, Pharaoh shuffle into I don't think he goes into this, but basically without actually shuffling the cards, if you leave it in this position, this is an out Pharaoh, by the way. You have two cards on the outside. You're gonna fan the cards just as you would in the thumb fan, but this time all the cards are Pharaohs. Another move I did not go over, I do apologize, but that's okay, because it is more advanced. You're gonna do either Friffle shuffle or Cascade shuffle into Gravity Defying cards, and then Waterfall shuffle from there, which it will be a bit blocky, even if you're not just learning it. It just depends on the cards you're using. Now, for the moment you have all been waiting 30 minutes for, is the blindfolded part. Now, I am going to take my glasses off I did promise a Bible story with this card, which is okay because I already have one in mind. So, God instructs us to do things all to the glory of his name, right? Or the Bible does. Do everything, and everything you do, do it all for the glory of God, right? And so God wants us to use our talents to spread the gospel. And so my choice, my weapon, if you will, of choice against the devil's schemes is a deck of cards in a Bible. Um, and so what that may look like sometimes is that the devil will try to blind us so we can't see to use our tools. But we have the message of Jesus and our know-how of our skills in our heart and in our mind. And so we can still spread the message and do our skills whilst blinded. Now, it will take us a little bit to get our footing sometimes, and that's okay. But with enough practice and enough remembrance and even enough prayer, spending time with God, you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. And look, see, even though I kind of failed, I didn't actually fail though, because I'm still finishing the move. Now, I will attempt to clean this up and try that again. As I've only attempted to do this blindfolded once or twice. I think now it would make 3 times that I've attempted to do it blindfolded. So if you give me one more chance, God's a God of second chances. So, shout out to Veggie Tales in my past. But here we go. We're going to recover our eyes here. Okay, here we go. All right. Now, as you can see, the blindfold goes all the way covering my nose, so I can't even see out the bottom of this, even if you think I'm trying to. All right. And so this is by muscle memory alone and the knowledge of what to do and the pressures and everything. This is not just Sybil cut as I thought I was going to do. I'm going to do this by faith, not by sight. Oh man, this is definitely walking by faith and not by sight because you don't want to drop the cards. You don't want to drop the cards. And yet, if you go to drop the cards, the cards of your life, if you will, somebody's right there to pick them back up. You may be blinded by the devil's schemes. You can't see it, which way to go or what thing to do, but you know everything's going to work out because there's a guy there named God, and he's going to help you through everything. Now, the hard part about this next move being blindfolded is you have to get the cards perfect or else... Sorry, I had to have complete silence for that one. Or else the fan won't work. Because if you don't have the cards perfect, the fan isn't going to turn out good. Oh man, I hope this looks good. All right. And so you can see here, just like so. Now I will do an actual trick as per the rules of the challenge. Now, while all of these could technically count as tricks, it doesn't actually count as a magic trick. So, I am going to do one. I'm actually going to attempt to do it blindfolded. But there you go. There's your cardistry blindfolded. And so, yeah. Anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a random card selected. Here we go, back to using the beginning levels of stuff again. Now, I can't see this, obviously, so I'm just going to place it on the face of the deck right here. I'm going to show the camera. Hopefully, I'm showing the camera. Okay. I think I can't tell where the camera's at. Hopefully, you guys are seeing this. Okay. Camera's, I think, right there. All right. I'm still blindfolded. Okay. I think the camera's right there. Okay. So, going to take that card just like so. Now, I have not done this trick blindfolded, and so it still counts as a trick, a different trick. if you will. But all I'm gonna do, very fairly, okay? I'm gonna take that card, still your card. I'm gonna take that card, I'm gonna slide it into the pack, just like so, right? Slide it into the back of the pack. Now, I'm also gonna take it, just like so. See, nothing in my other hand, nothing in this hand. I'm gonna tap, just like so. I know it may seem a little weird, but even though you just saw me place it into the middle of that packet, it is now on top. I don't know how I'm doing this blindfolded, but this is insane. Right? Watch, I'll do it again. This time more fair. You can see more fair. I can't be any more fair than this. Goes into the pack. You can see just like so. Alright? Yet somehow, I don't know how, it comes to the top. And you can see that's still your card, right? That's still your card, I think. I think it's still your card, hopefully. But you know what? This time, I'm gonna do a face up. I'm gonna do a face up this time. Watch. I'm gonna go into the pack, face up, right? Straight into the pack. Not only is it gonna go face up, I'm just gonna wave over it, right? I'm just gonna wave over it this time. Hopefully, you guys can see this. All right. Watch. Whew. Hopefully that worked. Hopefully that worked. I'm literally going by blind faith here that all of this is looking magical, in some way, or illusionistic, if you will. And so, yeah, there would be one more trick I would do if I could remember how to do it. Okay, you know what? Here, I think I'm gonna do this. Okay, I think I'm gonna do it this way. All right, so random card selected. Random card selected. You guys can see it. All right, I think I'm gonna get close here. Hold on. Okay, here's the phone. Go to the back side of it. Okay, are we back? Okay, we are. I apologize. I accidentally did hit a button. Now that I know where I'm at, hopefully that all looks okay. I am gonna get another card now, just to make sure. But hopefully, hold on. Keep the card facing down. Yes. Okay. Right here. Okay. You guys can see the card. I am blindfolded back now. I cannot see in the screen. Uh, just in case that's what you guys thought. There we go. And I'm literally gonna place the card back in the middle of the pack. There we go. Just like so. You can see the card. It's in the pack. I can't make that any more fair. Goes into the pack, right? Now, I'm working by faith and not by sight, of course. My face is covered. I can't work by sight. So hopefully you guys can see all of what is happening. But all I'm gonna do is pray over the deck and pray for anything bad in your life to turn around, to turn right side up, to turn face up, if you will. All right. Anything bad in your life going on right now. All right. That only the good would prevail in Jesus' name. Okay. And so I really truly do mean that. And yes, it may be just for a card trick, but it is more than just for the card trick. I really do mean anything bad going on in your life right now, so Lord, please turn it around for them, okay? But for the card trick part, here you go. I think that worked. I think that worked. As you can see, there's no other cards. Okay, I'm at the end of the deck. Hold on, I'm at this part. I need to lift the blindfold for it. I need to lift the blindfold, okay? I need to lift the blindfold so I can see right here. As you can see, there's one card face up out of the whole pack. This was blindfolded. And here you go. The three of diamonds. So hopefully that was your card. I thank you for watching. I know this was a very long video this time, so I didn't mean to make it quite so long, but hopefully it was enjoyable. Hopefully you got the Bible part out of it that I wanted you to get. Well, not that I wanted you to get, but what God wanted you to get. It's not my will, but His be done. So that all being said, I hope you enjoyed. I thank you for watching. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm going to end the video before people get disinterested and don't click on the video. Uh, that being said, I hope you enjoyed. I thank you for watching. Peace and have a blessed night.